Great day, family. Time out with Tony and Odessa.
Hey, y'all.
Marriage Mondays.
What's up? What's up?
So we're just going to go in. Let's just go in. This episode, we want to talk about falling in and out of love. You be falling in and out of love? Is that Alicia Keys' song? I keep on falling. No. Yeah, but that ain't right. You should not be falling in and out of love with me.
With you. I have, though. It's the truth. It's the truth.
So how do we describe falling in and out of love? So first off, I just want to say that I didn't really understand the different types of love. There are three types of love that we come to understand. And one of them is eros love, eros love. And that's more erotic passion type of love. Then there's phileo love, and that's love like friendship type of love. And then there's agape love. And I realized that sometimes when we are talking about agape love, agape is unconditional. I just love you no matter what, matter what.
Right.
And Odessa has been a great example of agape love because she has loved the good and the bad and all the ugly that came along with me. But I know that sometimes when we talk about falling in and out of love, we're just experiencing those different types of love, the eros, phileo, or agape. So one reason or one way that I feel that we fall in and out of love is when we talk about the different types of intimacy. So the physical intimacy, there is sexual intimacy, emotional, spiritual intimacy. So I didn't know what emotional intimacy was.
We just thought love was love.
Love was love.
Love was love. So we didn't, well, for me, I think my example growing up was I seen more of the agape love. I think that's where I learned it from, because a lot of things could be said that was hurtful, that I saw, like my parents arguing, and then that was on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, we all sitting together, like,
and it's good.
So I didn't see when you got mad at someone, you just left and you didn't talk to them no more. So I think that's where I learned that from. Unknowingly, like, okay, that I didn't know what agape love was, but now that I have a better understanding of what it is, that's truly just loving someone regardless.
Yeah. And Odessa does a really good job of just loving people where they're at. Like I still kind of held grudges against like my parents or somebody who treated me wrong. But Odessa said when people show you who they are, believe them. And just love them where they are.
Love them where they are. Put some healthy boundaries in place and keep it moving. So we wanted to just dive a little deeper with the three different types of love and what that looks like, what we've experienced in it, and how we've grown and learned from it. So the first one, Eros,
Yes.
One of them. I hear erotica. That's my favorite.
I think she should probably be a sex therapist.
So erotica is passionate love, erotic love. You gonna show me erotic love later?
Erotic love. Girl, get me talking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's stay focused.
Okay,
You're gonna get my mind going somewhere else.
Stay focused.
But when we talk about the phileo love, I believe that we've always kind of had that phileo love just because we started off as friends, and we can always have that kind of like to tie our marriage together because we could always have fun together. So no matter what, we can always laugh or experience new things together. And I try to be what I did not see growing up. So I never really saw an emotional, healthy man. And we talked about, talking about our emotions. So when we're talking about the different emotions, the emotional intimacy, is me really just letting Odessa feel and explain some of the the different types of intimacies in my emotions that I've had. So, for example, I grew up and my mom never really showed me a whole lot of physical like intimacy, just hugging me. And sometimes I'll feel rejection. And so there was a trauma, a childhood trauma. This past conference that we went to, our pastor talked about how certain childhood traumas affected our marriages and we need to get healed from those things. So one of the best things that we have done this past year is go through counseling. And that counseling helped me dig deep inside to tie somewhere those emotions and those rejections and traumas that I felt, how that was affecting our marriage. And so from the rejection that I was getting from my mom, I didn't want to feel that rejection from Odessa. So one way that I feel that void was I used to be addicted to porn. And that porn robbed me of the intimacy with my wife.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think too, it was like a defense mechanism almost. Like
if it was my safe place.
Right. So if I didn't make him feel like whatever way he wanted to feel, he had porn to make him feel good in that area, make him feel wanted and desired. I guess, I don't know. Is that right? Like,
yeah, no. It was just, they was always there.
Oh, help us.
On the internet, they was always there. And I could always like just mask the trauma. And it was just a safe place. And so when we were going through certain situations or arguing, I could always just count on porn. That's why porn is a killer. Porn is a robber of intimacy, and it affects all the different intimacy, physically, sexually, emotionally, spiritually, affects all of them. So that's one of the worst things that you can do to bring into your marriage that will kill all intimacy. And remember, we're talking about we want to really focus on marriage and intimacy. And so that robs you, and that really, sucks all the intimacy tanks dry.
It does, because I did not want to eros him. I did not want to phileo him or give fellatio. I didn't want to do it. Yeah, I said it. I didn't want to do any. I didn't even want to agape him because it made me feel like I wasn't enough. And so what friend will make you feel like that? What phileo friend, would make you feel like that? Or why would I want to share my eros love with him and he's already been satisfied by somebody else? And agape love, what? Like, why would I continue to love and honor someone who's not doing the reciprocal, who's not doing the same thing for me? So that it really does rob your marriage of so many things. And I had to get to the point to where I could talk to him freely about how it made me feel. And I had to set aside my pride and set aside the embarrassment. And like, when you do this, it makes me feel that way. And he had to provide a safe space for me to be able to come to him and say those things to him without making me feel shamed for saying or feel bad for saying it. And me too, I had to find the right language and the right presentation to come to him and not make him feel horrible, like a horrible person. So being able to effectively communicate those things. It's okay to say, this doesn't work for me anymore, or when you do this, it makes me feel this way, or this is kind of how I want to be loved now, because we're not 16 and 17 anymore. I mean,
right.
May look it, but we're not 16 and 17 anymore. So you can't love the 17-year-old OD like the 40-year-old OD like you used to love the 17-year-old. And so I had to learn how to communicate that to him. And that's what we want you guys to do, is just to learn how to communicate. Whatever stage in your life is not the same, and your marriage is not the same. You grow, you forever evolve. It's okay to communicate that so that you can have a fulfilling marriage in every area.
In all areas. Exactly. And sometimes I also realize that most people think when they talk about love, love is not an emotion.
Right.
Love is an action. John 14:15 says, and this was Jesus talking. He said, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. So you had to do something to love, like Jesus gave his life to show his love for us. And so I had to realize that my actions showed her how much I really love her, and how much time I was going to commit to putting into our marriage to go get help, go get counseling, go read books, go, really study. I want my PhD in OD.
Do whatever you got to do. You used to put certain, what's it called? Like when you put, not spyware, but it prevents you from going to the different accounts, or don't get on a computer at this time or whatever. It may seem elementary, but if you do whatever you got to do to make your partner feel all of those 3 different types of love, it will be so worth it.
So worth it.
We hope that you guys enjoyed this time. We hope that you gained something from it. And we will be back on next week with another love and marriage episode.
And a timeout. Take a time out.
Take a time out with us.
Yeah, so we committed to doing these every Monday. Sometimes I know we may be all over the place, but we're going to just keep doing it. Consistency is the key. So we love you guys. Grace and peace.